Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa. If you don't know me, I'm a watercolor artist and surface pattern designer. Today I'm reviewing 3 Grabie watercolor supplies. We will talk about the professional synthetic squirrel hairbrush, the premium watercolors 140-pound postcards, and the premium watercolors set of 100. If you don't know Grabie, they're relatively new. They started back in 21 as a response to the pandemic. They also now give $1 from every purchase into a fund that helps provide art supplies to people who can't afford them, but you can go to their website and read all about that. They also sell the 11-piece miniature brush set that I use and I love. I've had it for a while now. I purchased that set myself, and you've probably seen them. If you've seen any of my videos, you've probably seen them in those videos because I use them all the time. They're really good detail brushes. But they asked me to review these 3 products, so these 3 were free to me, but I will give you my honest opinion. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first let's go through the brushes. I will give the pros and cons for each item. So the first pro is that they come in this great tube, which will be really good for traveling. I like to travel with real brushes rather than the convenient travel water brushes, so this will come in handy for traveling for me, and I really like that. The second pro is that they are synthetic. They're not real squirrel hair, so that's kinder to the animals. So I really like that. It holds a lot of moisture, which most quill brushes do. That's the nature of a quill brush, that holds a lot of moisture. And they do a good job of that. Also, they're very snappy. So you can press it down and they come right back to their shape. I really like that. I do have some quill brushes that are not snappy, and I really like that too. It depends on the situation. So far, I have not lost any of the hairs from the brush. That's very common with quill brushes, but it's really frustrating when it's happening in the very beginning, and if it happens a lot. These are not losing any hair. So I've used these quite a bit just in the last day or two, and I have not had a single hair come out. So far they seem to be pretty securely fastened. The bristles are also very soft. When you paint with it, you can feel that softness. They come to a fine point. I really like that as well. Another pro, the shape of the handle. Let's see. I love the shape of this handle. It's wider through this area here, which made it very comfortable to paint with. So even when I was using the smaller 0 to paint the swatches in the paint kit, it took probably at least 30 minutes to do that. And I did not have hand fatigue. And I really think it's because of this shape. It was much more comfortable. So if you're prone to hand fatigue, that's a really nice addition there. Well, I like everything about this brush. I couldn't come up with one single con. Next up, we have the 100 watercolor set. Now on their website, they say that these are artist grade. I'm not sure if they really mean professional artist grade. Maybe they mean student artist grade. I'm not real sure. But in this kit, we have 50 regular colors, 35 metallic colors, 5 fluorescent colors, and 10 macaroon colors. It says for beginner to professional, portable and easy to carry. So let's open this up. Okay, it comes with this nice little card with the names already on it, so that's great. That's a pro. I love that. Oh no! Well, that's unfortunate. These came from Amazon. They did not come from Grabie, although Grabie sent them to me. They shipped from Amazon. So I'm sure Grabie will be interested to know that Amazon is not packaging their products very well, because that's a real problem. But I don't think that this is going to affect the paints at all. The paints are perfectly fine, they're intact, so that should not bother the review, although it's unfortunate that this package got damaged. But if you remember, they were packaged in this paper bag, so that's really not surprising. Now the other items that come with this set are, let's see here, we have a 2B pencil, and there's also a sponge down in there that just didn't fall out, but it's your typical white sponge, and 3 water brush pens. And I don't typically use these. They're all the same from brand to brand, so I don't feel the need to really try those out. Now for the pros and cons, a pro is that they're bright, fun colors, and that's great for a travel kit. There are a lot of them, you know, basically 50 that are really bright and fun, metallic, fluorescent, all that, but then 50 that are regular colors. And I just felt like the regular colors were a tad on the bright side, and they didn't seem to have a lot of depth. I couldn't get them to be really deep in color. Really what I mean by that, this is a beautiful red, and if I wanted that in a deeper color, I could have just kept layering it, but the brown that I'm putting on the center of this flower, I could not get that brown to deepen up. So, you know, this is a travel kit. You can't have everything in a travel kit, but I think that is worth noting that even the colors that appear dark in this palette, you can't necessarily get a really rich, deep color with them without adding something else. They're also nice and creamy, buttery, which that was really interesting and fun to see in a pan set. That's not often the case with pans, but these, and you can probably tell from here, they're very creamy. I did have trouble getting a good gradient with these, and I don't know if that had to do with the creaminess or not. So a con is that some of the colors really did not want to have a good gradient to them. Some of the colors granulated when I mixed them together. Sometimes I like granulation and sometimes I don't. In this situation, I really didn't like it. I usually don't mind it so much when it's happening on my palette, and then when I apply it to the paper, it stays contained in that spot. But as you can see on this example, I really did not like the way the granulation happened as it touched from the red over into the green. And that's just a personal preference. I just don't happen to be a fan of that look. As for the paints, are they of professional quality? Not in my opinion, anyway. When you compare them to the big name brands, professional watercolors, no, these are not professional grade. Are they a fun travel kit? Absolutely. They're fun, fluorescent, bright colors. I would absolutely travel with this kit. Okay, now let's go on to the postcards. They come in this cute little box that looks like it was just barely damaged, just tiny bit, but it looks fine. It's absolutely fine. And the cards are perfectly unharmed. So these are very sturdy cards. I like that. They're 140 pound, cold pressed. I love these round corners. And you know, here's the little place for the address on that side. And both sides are textured. It looks like this side, the painting side, is not quite as textured as the other side, which I find very interesting. So according to the website, there are 3 different textures, and this little sleeve does not tell which texture this is. They come in smooth, medium, and rough. So just by looking at this, I'm guessing this is the medium because it's not completely smooth, and it's not very rough, so it must be the medium. But I really wish that had been labeled as such so I would know, because it also comes in a multi-pack. But flipping through these, they all look exactly the same. So this is probably not the multi-pack. So I painted on 2 of these cards just to get a feel for it, to see what that's like. They do feel very sturdy. On this first one, I'm just painting with, you know, minimal water. I'm not overdoing it on the water load here. And it doesn't seem to be buckling at all. Because it's 100% cotton, it looks like it's absorbing like 100% cotton, so that's good. It's taking the paint very well. And now these colors, just to go back to the granulation a little bit, where the green and the blue touched, that did not granulate the same. But just one more word about that, you know, some colors granulate more than other colors. So the only other thing that we have to talk about with the watercolor postcards would be the warping. Now this one, that did not contain a whole lot of watercolor or water, held up extremely well, just as I would expect it to. Very, very minimal warping. Then this one that had a lot of pigment and water on it still held up really well. Compared to any other postcard watercolor paper I've ever painted on it, it did the same, I would say. It did warp a little bit, but I did not tape it down either. And if I were going to mail it or give it to somebody else, I would definitely tape it down. I usually do, but I really wanted to see how much would it warp. So this is what it did. Now, I just want to readdress one more time about the vibrant colors. So watercolors, as you probably know, fade a lot as they dry. I'm really happy with the fact that these colors stayed relatively vibrant and really didn't dull down as they dried. Not that I can see anyway. So that's another pro for the vibrant colors. I hope that this was useful information for you. They are having a huge sale for Amazon Prime Day, which will be a great time to pick some of these up if you want to give them a try and see if you like them. And I also have a 15% off coupon down below if you want to shop on the Grabie official website. So I really enjoyed trying these products out, and just a big thank you to Grabie for inviting me to do this and sending me these products. Thank you for joining me today. If you liked this one, please give me a thumbs up and let me know, and please subscribe for more watercolor videos coming soon.